Hello.
Going on?
How is everybody?
Got a slight bit of a lag from what I'm seeing on the screen here. There we go.
Yep, there we are. Hello.
I see Amber's in the building.
Yes. Or she.
Neem.
Jamie. Aspasia. She walks in beauty. Thank you for coming. S.L. Wyman rockin' writin'. So love that. Oh, Neem is here. Neem. So, and Ishi's here. And I hope I haven't missed anybody. I'm waiting for my pop-up to let me know that the notification has went out. But thank you very much for joining me and being willing.
No problem, man.
So
no problem, man. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. So
there's the note.
Yep. Perfect. So do you have a beverage?
I keep some water on hand.
Yeah. How much water do you drink?
At least a gallon a day.
Yeah, I drink 5 quarts because I drink about 3 quarts within 2 hours after waking up, because in my mind, Eastern health philosophy, you're dehydrated when you wake up, so you need to drink a lot of water.
Right.
I do.
You know, they say like 70% of hunger pains are actually thirst pains.
That's interesting. Okay.
Most people are dehydrated pretty much throughout the day, so I always have water on hand. I got another big one right here.
I love it. Just going to get water. You're so correct. Yes, everybody have some water. Justin's here. Hello.
What's going on, bro?
Yeah, and Jamie's
I
here.
love Jamie to death.
Yeah, she's got her protein shake. So
speaking of Jamie.
Uh-oh. Jamie, are you ready?
She did send me this.
Love people and talk shit. The cards.
Because that's what I do, bro. That's all I do. That's what I was put on earth for, to love people for no reason and talk shit.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. I didn't tell you. How'd you get into tarot? Just out of curiosity, Alex. And by the way, Alex is Lazy Genius Tarot and Bazaar on YouTube. Links below for his channel. Link, like, and subscribe, people. So,
love you too, Jamie.
Hi, Regina. So how'd you get into tarot, Alex?
Probably about 5 years ago, I was dating this chick that would read cards or whatever, and I would read her deck every once in a while, and I got real good at it. And it kind of put the thought in my mind. And then around that same time, I had found a couple of decks, this being one of them, that I decided one day I would eventually have, right? Like the Dolly Tarot is one of them.
Okay.
Because he's one of my favorite, like, classical artists, period. If I had the money, I would have his actual paintings all up around my house.
Well, of course, many people would. So,
and
you got to get some more money first.
That part. Yeah. And this one, and then another one called the Tarot Maya, which I actually have now right here. Wait, I had seen.
Yeah. Oh, finish. But I want you to show some of them, the Dolly Tarot.
I will. I'll show some of the cards.
Dude, you're whipping them out and you're not showing
this deck. These two are the decks that made me even consider buying a tarot deck in the first place. Okay. Right? So this is the Tashin version of the Dolly Tarot.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite death card ever.
I'm going to embiggen you.
Okay.
I'm going to solo lay out you. Okay.
And this is the deck that I use for all my shadow work.
Okay.
And You know, Salvador Dali put himself in the deck in numerous places, put his wife in the deck in numerous places.
Yeah.
But
so this reads pretty well for you.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I love this deck. And one of the reasons why I love this deck so much is because it doesn't care about my feelings. And that's just my kind of, that's just my kind of speed right there.
Yeah.
Tells me the truth, gives me exactly what I need to hear, which is why I ended up using it for shadow work more than anything. Because when I got something that I know the answer is going to be something I don't want to hear,
okay,
this will give it to me.
Yeah.
And then this one, the first time I had ever seen this one, it was going for like $250 or something like that on Amazon. I found it for a really good price through someone that I met in the cave. This one is the Tarot Maya. The backs on this one are super cool.
Okay.
And this one, the whole system is based on like the Mayan pantheon and the Mayan calendar. So this is something that I use really like for ancestral work.
Okay. Do you do much ancestor work?
For myself, yeah.
Okay.
I definitely like to talk to those that came before me. You know what I mean? And sit down and have a conversation with them, because sometimes they give me guidance that I wouldn't be able to get from nobody else.
That's exactly right. I probably the last 2 years I've become involved in working with ancestors, and I use the generic term, Alec, ancestors, for people who have died, but also are gods and goddesses and deity that are supporting us. So, and I use for that, I have a Jonathan Daly necklace that he made for me, specifically for ancestor work, but I use the Santa Muerte Tarot for that. It just sort of, it's the thing that opens me up and makes it okay. It makes it easier for me to connect and to listen. So
Right. I actually have that one too, and the Oracle deck that came with it.
Yeah.
There's another Santa Muerte deck that's all Spanish. It's not the Los Scarabeo one. It's one that was produced in Mexico by devotees of Santa Muerte. And I actually have one of those on the way. The same person that I bought this deck from, the Tarot Maya. Oh, by the way, I love the bag I keep it in. The person that sent me that is actually going to send me that deck along with a couple of other things for my Santa Muerte altar, because I work very closely with her too.
Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah, I love her to death, bro. I gotta clean her altar still because I just got everything unpacked and kind of set up. So I'm gonna make my little spray bottle with the Florida water and the Siete Machos and the tobacco and the weed and whatever in the water, so I can clean the altar space. And
gotta keep them happy, don't you?
Yeah. And then, so when that one comes in, I'm going to use that one like specifically for working with her. And then I showed a deck that I got a while back, the Mystic Brujeria Oracle that I got from Drive Through Cards. And I ended up giving that one to her as her voice. So until I get the Santa Muerte deck from my friend, that Oracle deck I leave on her altar. I don't use it for anything else but to talk to her.
Right. Yeah. We've had a few more people coming in, so let's say hi to there's Robin is here. There's
What's going on, Robin?
And Nancy.
Zane.
And Zane, yes. There's Zane. And so and a lot of people are Orsi is saying, so many decks I haven't seen yet, need to check them out. Yeah. So, but, and Robin says, though I'm not a Deviant Moon fan, I just saw he's got a
The paradoxical version shipping end of June.
Yes. Yeah, it's a limited edition of 500, paradoxical version of the Deviant Moon, shipping end of June, and just ordered it. Looks like it'll
Is it another run of just like the normal paradoxical version, or is it going to be like the paradoxical blue or the pink or the purple? That's
the colors are different than the other paradoxical. So, and does it surprise anyone that I did pre-order it? But yeah, Robin, I did that live with Sandra, the Whispering Well, as we talked about. It was a deviant casual where we talked about the things that we like about the Deviant Moon stuff. So
right.
But yeah,
I only have one of Patrick Valenza's decks anymore, and that's
Hi, John.
the Triumphi.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I want the normal paradoxical version of this deck, not the paradoxical pink or the purple or the blue, but just a normal paradoxical version of this deck. I really want that one, but that's the only Patrick Valenza deck I have anymore.
Yeah, and a few more people have come in. Patrice is here. Hello, Patrice. Jonathan is here.
What's going on, Jonathan?
And the lovely Jamie has put the link in for the Deviant Moon.
Oh, get your pre-order in.
Yeah, Jonathan is not surprised. She is not surprised. It's like, okay. But, and so, all right. And it's nice to see you too. Hugs to your wife. So, let's see. So, you're in Florida now.
Yeah.
And you have arrived safely.
I'm in love with this place, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. So my auntie, y'all know I've been staying with my auntie for a while. I've been helping to, take care of her, helping her out with things that she needs or whatever. And now that she's post-stroke, I've been helping her out a little bit more or whatever where needed. Well, she told me after we landed, really after we got into Florida, like once we hit Pensacola, because we kind of drove right through Pensacola and got a hotel between there and Tallahassee, I think it is, before we shot down the coast. But basically, as soon as we got into the state, my entire demeanor changed.
Okay.
She told me since we've been here, she hasn't seen me smile this much, be out of my room this much, be outside this much, or be this social with other people.
Yeah.
Moving to Florida probably saved my life, to be honest.
Well, I'm glad you moved to Florida then, because it would be not a great place without you here. So there you go. I have spoken, and don't argue with me. Don't make me.
I'm not gonna.
Oh, wait, here you go. Right, Jamie? I have spoken.
You got the whole fan with the tarot cards. See?
Everybody needs accessories.
There you go. And yeah, Jonathan, when I got here, because I've been here before, like I've traveled a lot, right? I've seen probably 35 states of the lower 48. So I've been to Florida before. And like I was explaining to Gerald behind the scenes before the live started, I got a lot of people out here that love me, like genuinely love me, right? That are not the same kind of people that I grew up with that would have kept me in that same mindset and lifestyle that I was living prior. So I have a great support team here. I have dolphins in my backyard, guys. Like dolphins in my backyard. I've seen stingrays in my backyard. I could literally cast a rod out into the backyard if I wanted to and go fishing, kind of thing. And I can jump in a kayak and go like 5 minutes that way and wind up in the Gulf of Mexico. Like if I get the right view, I can see it out my window and see the water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's incredible.
I haven't been this happy in a long time.
Yeah. Well, you deserve it, right? You know, this is wonderful. So, and Amber says you can see it in your face, Alex.
Oh yeah. And she says I look like I'm glowing. Jonathan says he sees the weight lifted off my shoulders. And everybody else has been telling me the same thing, man. Ever since I've been here, my whole demeanor has been different.
Yeah.
I love it here, man. I'm literally in love with where I'm at, and it's the first time I've been this happy, and I'm just happy to be happy again. Yeah. It's dope.
Mindy is here, and she is going to live with you, and he will cook for you, and she can talk to you. So just saying, I mean, you know, it's like boom. And,
okay, so I posted a taco spread that I made not that long ago, a couple days ago, in the den, as I still call it, but Barely Balanced Tarot group on Facebook. And so now everybody knows I can cook.
Yeah. See, when you said, you know, a taco spread, I thought you did a spread for like cards. And it's not. You were actually, you know, making tacos. And you probably make the kind of tacos that you should actually bow your head to in order to eat. You don't move a taco, move your head. That's why your head tilts, people. So, yeah. Dan says, yay, happiness. So, and yeah. Oh, and Deanne knew you could cook because she watched your A to Z. So, and Ishi's like going, yeah, that taco spread. So, but, and, you know, lived in quite a few places, and it's amazing how much your physical environment can affect you. That's so true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then especially because I have like a very colorful past and a very long history in Las Vegas, Nevada. So I've lost too many people. That place took almost everything from me. So I just couldn't be there anymore, man. And then now that I'm out and now that I'm here, I can breathe again. It's insane.
Yeah. And it's amazing that you may not have realized how bad it was until you are not in that environment anymore. So.
Oh, no, I knew.
Okay.
I knew.
Yeah.
For like the last 2 years, I kept telling my auntie, I need out of Vegas. I need to get out of this place.
Yeah. Yeah. And so lots of love for you.
Oh, yeah. And I love all of y'all too, yo.
So, but yeah, Regina's like so happy for you. And that's a lot of heaviness there. This is amazing. So, yeah, that's wonderful. So we're here having here I need you know, a casual, right? With Lazy Genius Tarot in Bazaar. Follow his channel, link below. Like and subscribe to it, people. You got it? Boom.
Got it. Hey, and I'm doing a pulp giveaway. So on one of my last videos, go in there and put yourself in the comments if you want to enter. And I'm doing the whole kit, the deck, and all of the currently available expansions. I got to buy the egg expansion real quick, but yeah. And then as soon as I do come back to making my own videos, the very first one that I'm gonna do is be to draw the winner for that, get that out the way, and make sure that I can get that sent out as soon as I get the expansion pack in for the egg expansion.
Excellent. And Patrice is like, Alex, how is it I'm seeing you for the first time? Where have I been? I'm so happy to meet you today. There you go.
Happy to meet you too, man.
And she will like and subscribe. She will also go over to your channel and all that stuff. And or she has subscribed.
Nice.
So, duh, Jamie. Women not an overachiever. Hello. So, but all right. So this is I'll show you mine if you show me yours. And I actually I'll start because this is a little pack that little box that it's a leather little container. I think it was for a camera. And in it has it has
it's a tight fit.
That's what she said. So and in it is my pulp tarot and 2020. And so I have that. I also have the One of Eggs. I'm not going to flip through all of this because I want people to go to your channel to see it, because you did a nice walkthrough. So, and then I have this one, which I can't remember what is it.
That would be the world expansion with the Super Arcana.
Yes. And then this one.
That is the Bone Zodiac expansion for like the Zodiac signifiers.
Yeah, and you know, when things are a set, Alex, my name is Gerald and I must have all of the set. So
I'm the same way.
So yeah. But now the egg expansion I need to add. So but yeah, so there's that. But anyhow. So I have that.
And then I actually keep mine out, right? And this is the fully expanded version. I've already gone through and picked out all the ones that I want to use. It's about 107 cards. I think I'm running 108 right now because I can't decide between the two world cards. But this is it fully expanded. Nudity warnings because there's phallic symbols all through this deck, but
yeah,
I use this deck all the time.
Yeah.
Love it. And I have the eggs in here already. Yeah, man. I've been talking to this guy quite a bit. He actually made me my own death card modeled after Santa Muerte. So I got to pay him for that. So he'll send me that out. And then originally he was just going to do one more expansion and kind of call it quits. But then I talked him into doing a second so that he can actually finish the suit of tentacles. So he's going to be doing at least two more. And then he was talking to one of his friends, and his friend told him, dude, why stop it? Why put a limit on it? As long as you're making them and it's making you happy to make them, keep making expansions.
Yeah.
So hopefully we don't see him stop anytime soon. And I know that he is working on a guidebook. He wanted to get the egg suit done first. But he is working on the guidebook for it.
Yeah, and when you originally announced the egg suit, the full expansion of that, I went and it was not there. And you said that he's actually put it back up because he's tidied a few things up.
Right. So originally he had the One of Eggs as its own individual card. And then he had the Boricua card, which is the Queen of Hearts or the Queen of Cups. And those were individual cards that you had to buy singularly, right?
Yeah.
Well, the Boricua card actually was included in the egg expansion. So he took that one off. And then the One of Eggs he's putting into the next expansion that he's going to put out, which I do believe he's working on right now. So that will be available again in that expansion. And then once he tidied everything up, he put the egg expansion back up there. So the egg expansion, world expansion, Bone Zodiac, and then the deck itself should all four be up on the website for drive-through cards now.
Excellent. And people should really, and you know, I'm happy to have this person make all of these, expansions, especially if they're all the same size, so that I can pick and choose and create my own deck. Unlike some unnamed decks, right, Jamie? Wandering Mountain Bardic Path, where you buy one and then you buy the other and you go to put them together and they're different sizes.
Right. This deck actually influenced, there's that Kickstarter, everybody's heard of it, the Alleyman Tarot, officially the #1 most funded tarot project ever on Kickstarter, the #1 most backed tarot project ever on Kickstarter.
Yep.
This deck actually went into some of the, I guess you could say, inspiration for that one, because he's got all the expansions and the extra suits, and you can kind of see the inspiration there. And that's what originally made me back the Alleyman. And then moving out here, I had to cancel my pledge or whatever because I needed the money. And then There's a story behind that. I'll finish that story on my own channel at a later date, but I am still going to get the Alley Man Tarot because of one of you beautiful people.
That's nice. Would it surprise anybody to hear that I actually have backed the Alley Man Tarot? So I've got that. So I'm trying not to do a whole lot of Kickstarter stuff, but so far my experience has been good. So,
yeah.
With them. So
I bought 3 Kickstarters that I've backed. The Alley Man, Brant's Kickstarter for his deck that he did the Hoi Polloi recolor.
Yeah.
And then there was a French deck that was like playing card pips with like some weird animal style. It was the Dr. Zariel's Hallucinated Tarot. And I ended up moving that one into my purgatory box because once I got it, I ended up not wanting it. But that's the only one so far that I think that I'm gonna get from Kickstarter that I probably won't use.
Yeah.
I'm excited about Brant's deck to come out. I like that Hoi Polloi recolor.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And there were several people who were saying that they backed the deck, the Alley Man, but probably won't use it. Which, I'm okay with having a collector's item, and so it intrigues me. I think that's something pretty exciting. So
right.
So show us something. I showed you mine. Now you get to show me yours, Alex.
All right. Since I was just talking about Brant's Kickstarter, after he launched the Kickstarter, I went and bugged him for a while so that he would sell me one of the prototypes.
Okay.
Right. So the Kickstarter is going to be in a 2-part box. This is just in a tuck box. There are definite ways to tell the difference between the two. For the instance, on this one, the word "the" has been left off of a lot of the cards in the majors.
Okay.
So there's like I guess you could call it a printing error. And then when you get into the minors, like you'll have Ace of Wands, but then it's just 2 wands, 3 wands, 4 wands. So there's no word "of." Right. Going through most of the minors. So that's one of the things that'll be corrected on the actual Kickstarter deck. But then when you get to like the courts, the word "of" appears again. So, just small printing errors, but the colors that he did on this, dude, are...
Yeah.
I really like this recolor.
Yeah, that's fun. So, cool.
So now I have the prototype and I'll have the Kickstarter version when I get that one. Collector.
Yeah. Listen to you. Collector. So, something I recently purchased was the Pear Tree Court, which is the companion oracle to the Mystic Tarot, Danny Mystic's deck. Here's the back. And it's the same sort of same look overall.
Almost like a Victorian art style.
Yes, and I don't have. I have not done a flip through of this on Tarot Stash yet, but so I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate this. And if Danny is watching this, sometime I would like to have Danny on here to show me hers because she just seems like a lot of fun. And I know Mindy is a huge fan of the Mystic Tarot. Mystic Masters. Sorry. Mystic Masters. So.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Quite a bit, actually. There's a lot of people that like that deck.
Yes, it does. It is. I would say it takes a bit to get used to it because if you need the titles are somewhat hidden.
Yeah.
And so Amy, it is Pear Tree Court, and it is available on Etsy. And here's the Etsy shop. So, but if you buy it after this, you know, let Danny know that Gerald sent you, and you know, I don't want to. I want to be one of those fan people, but I don't want to be one of those weirdo stalker fan people. So yeah, Mystic Masters, it's good, and yes, Danny is for the Mystic Masters for the majors. She is doing a deep dive into that, and so she's talking about the images and everything that's in there, so that you can benefit from it as you're reading it. So
nice.
But so yeah, but yeah. So and it came in a nice little bag. I always like a little pouch for them. So
Right, especially when it has the artwork on it that matches.
yes, I agree. I agree, and I'm all about supporting artists. So I like that.
Right.
So you're up. Show me something.
Something else I got in new recently is this guy. First edition of the Brady Tarot.
Yes, I have that.
This was one that I got to knock off my list, thankfully. I actually did this. I got this one from somebody in the tarot community on Facebook that just so happened to live in Vegas before I left.
Oh.
So it's got the whole kit and caboodle, you know, the book. I had to get it because I needed to know what that genuine cardstock felt like.
Yep.
And then the gilding on it I really like because it's not like that super thick metallic gilding that leaves indents and whatnot in your fingers and makes it hard to shuffle.
Yep.
And I don't really have too many animal decks, but this one I kind of had to get. Mainly for certain cards like the death card.
Mm-hmm. I did a flip through of this on Tarot Stash, and I love this deck. I love the images. It reads so well. So
my favorite 10 of swords, or here we have the 10 of arrows, is this guy.
I'm going to embiggen you. And Amber the Page, this is the Brady Tarot. This is the first edition.
The first edition of the Brady Tarot. The reason why I like this card is because when you really look at the details, none of the arrows are piercing him. None of them. And in fact, he's holding these two up all dramatic like, and possums are known for playing dead, right?
Right.
Well, I really like that card because it's like almost indicative of, yeah, things are at an end, but somebody's blowing something out of proportion. You know what I mean? Somebody's playing a role. I really like this deck.
Yeah, I love that one, and I bought it. Yeah, isn't that amazing? I love the coloring of it.
Oh yeah.
So, Neem has said that is one of the cards that make me laugh. Yes, of course. Playing possum. So, but I bought it, and I bought it because I'm a sucker for an actual wooden box, Alex. So I like a box. So
yeah. And I really like the setup of it too, like with the wooden box and the little magnet to keep it closed, and the way that it's padded.
Yeah, it's a beautiful padding, and I also like the book. The book is well written as well.
Yeah, I have noticed that. I've gotten a chance to poke around the book a little bit, and I like the way. Well, I'm a fan of Rachel Pollack, anyways. Yeah. So anything that she writes is probably going to be something that I'm going to enjoy reading.
Yeah, and I think just the fact that Rachel wrote the book says something about the quality of the tarot.
If I ever create a tarot, or I should say, when I finish creating my tarot deck,
thank you.
I'm going to see if I can get her to write the book for me.
There you go. There you go. You got
That's my goal.
You got it. So something I purchased recently is the book Practical Sigil Magic. And this is an updated version, or it's a new edition. It's the second edition, 9th printing of 2020. So
okay.
And as my flip through of it, as I flipped through it, it actually has some pretty good information in it, and sigils are something that have interested me. So I'm like going, I purchased this one. Jonathan Daly recommended this, as well as I've got a couple of others that I have found, that other books on the way. So
right. And then when you said sigil magic, it made me light bulb, because sigil magic is something that's kind of heavily used in chaos magic, and that's a rabbit hole I've been diving down. So I went out and got these two. These are both Peter Carroll books.
Okay.
The octavo is basically his grimoire. Trying to get the glare off. But that's basically his grimoire. And then this one is more of a breakdown of the paradigm behind chaos magic itself, and working with some of the
interesting,
like some of the different spirits or whatever within chaos magic. It's a really, I got a little bit into this one before the whole move, and I had to pack everything up, but
well, of course.
I think I'm going to enjoy this dude's writing, because he actually includes, like, in the appendixes or whatever, like, there's actual math problems.
Oh, interesting.
Like a mathematical breakdown of some of the chaos magic paradigms and tables, and like breakdowns of just all kinds of stuff, mapping the journey, working with the Athenion. And this one I'm kind of excited to get into, his actual grimoire, you know what I mean? So like finding out how he worked with chaos magic. But when you said sigil magic, that made me think of the chaos magic rabbit hole I recently dived down.
Sure, yeah. Jonathan said that one of the reasons he got the Crystal Skulls Tarot was that Rachel wrote the book.
Yeah.
It's just such a nice deck. So I think when I watched Chris's Elemental Cartomancy chat with her, it really helped me get a deeper appreciation for the deck in the process. So
yeah.
But yeah.
And then Neem said the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory deck. Yeah, that's one of the ideas that I had. I got like 5 different deck ideas that I need to put on cards and paper and get out of my head.
Get started, dude. You're happy.
Man, I was in a bad place, and you got to let me get settled. Once I get settled into Florida all the way, and I ain't got boxes everywhere that I'm still unpacking, then yeah, I can start working on some stuff.
Okay, and when will all that be done, Alex, so that we can annoyingly support you? Because I will make a note of it, and I will.
I know you will. So will probably everybody else, but I'm not sure right now. I really want to just kind of take my time. I don't want to rush nothing. I want to get settled in correctly. I also have my auntie to make sure that she's cool too at the same time. So I need to settle in here. And then once I start making YouTube videos again and getting back out there, then I'll actually have room to start doing some work and knocking out some of these projects.
Okay. On the premise, there are no dumb questions, because that is true. There are no dumb questions. Can you summarize chaos magic for me, please? I'm confused.
Chaos magic is a magical practice where basically they say nothing is real, but everything is valid. Right?
Okay.
So it is a practice where you can take different pieces of different magical practices, be that transcendental magic or green magic or whatever other style of magic that is out there, up to and including ceremonial magic and so forth. Take all of the different deities that you would normally work with within your magical practice, and you can kind of jumble it all up. So you can take a little bit from ceremonial, a little bit from, transcendental, a little bit of hearth magic or home magic or kitchen magic or whatever the case might be, and kind of put it all into one solidified practice that allows you to kind of tailor your magical practices to yourself rather than putting yourself into a dogma. Chaos magic pulls you away from dogma, wherein nothing is real, but everything is valid. So you can take little pieces from everything else and sort of tailor it to your own practice.
Yeah. I like that. I do that already. I call it eclectic. You can call it whatever the heck you want. So we support you. Robin suggested that I should have a look at Juliana Victoria's walkthrough of her medieval sigils deck. I have written that down. Thank you, Robin.
Robin actually asked me too. He says, which coast am I on and which town? I am on the Gulf Coast of Florida, the West Coast, and I am in Hudson. So like an hour north of St. Pete. And like a 10-minute walk from the sand and the water.
Yeah. Jonathan's going to create a Hawaiian deck, but I have to focus on my dark light runes first. Yes, you do, Jonathan. We're waiting. I'm waiting. Neem is like, it's cool, Alex. Get your mind right, get yourself settled, and we'll be on standby until you are ready. So, yes.
I figured as much, and I just appreciate y'all for the support.
You're welcome. So, and yeah, that's cool. And it's like, are you near St. Augustine, Florida?
St. Augustine? I'm not quite sure.
Jeffrey is sitting over there, my fiancé, and he said it's on the other coast. That one is. So
on the Atlantic.
It's on the Atlantic. Robin wants to know if you have gotten any gators in your front yard.
Nope. Thankfully, I'm close enough to the salt water that the channel of water behind my house, all of the neighbors have told me the same thing. None of them have ever seen a gator back there. But in the winter, you'll see full schools of dolphins, manatees. In the summertime, you'll see the occasional dolphin if you catch them right in the morning or right at like dusk or dawn, essentially. But I've seen all kinds of other stuff back there. There's a blue herring that likes to land in my yard and hang out with me, a Louisiana herring that likes to just kind of kick it. He's walked up like this close to me and just looks at me like, you want to give me food? And I'm like, nah, dude, I'm not going to feed you, but you could kick it though.
Yeah. Well, and with all of those birds, I would be collecting any feathers that I found for various workings. So
as soon as I can find some, then I definitely will for sure. I want one of them blue herring feathers.
Yeah. Jonathan asks, has anyone ordered the Nameless One tarot? It's a sigil-based tarot deck with 100 plus cards. And She Walks in Beauty has. I have not heard of this.
She Walks in Beauty is a new friend of mine. She actually popped up on my YouTube channel not that long ago and started binge watching my stuff, and then found me on Facebook and added me. That's Lisa. That's the homie.
Well, thank you for watching my video. I appreciate that. Oh, look, there you go. So, and Jennifer Balls, which house is here? Hello, Jenna. So it's wonderful to see you. So, do you feel like showing me something else?
Yeah. Let's see here.
You want to show me something else?
This Oracle deck is probably my favorite Oracle deck ever. It's one of them ones where you can go on YouTube and find the videos for it and take a deep dive into each card. It is the Unfoldment of Consciousness by Maha Aten.
Okay. Unfoldness of Consciousness?
Unfoldment of Consciousness by Maha Aten. It's a deck that I got from Etsy. Originally, it was a Kickstarter, I think. Not sure. I got it from Etsy though. And this deck here has actually made me cry. It's very hard to do,
Wow.
but this,
Pretty deep.
yeah. It's hard to put into words. Like, I'd recommend that anybody that likes to do deep work or likes to work with oracles, go out and get this one and really take the time to, as you pull cards, find the YouTube videos, because there's a link on each of the pages for her website
Oh, that's
at
cool.
the bottom, and it'll tell you the full guidance that's written for that card. So this just gives you like a little bit of it, and then you follow the link on her website, mahaaten.com, and with the backslashes or whatever, pull that card up, and it gives you a little bit more of a deeper dive into each of these cards. And this thing has never given me a reading that wasn't spot on.
Oh, okay.
Ever. And I'm not a really big fan of oracle decks, but this is one of the ones that's slowly changing my mind on that. It's an amazing deck.
Wow, that's cool.
And the gilding on it is freaking dope. It's like that metallic gilding, but the cards are still very flexible and shuffleable, and
Nice.
not a bunch of flaking on it. And the actual color of it matches the cards really well. It's just a really well done deck.
Uh-huh. Thank you, Jonathan, for posting the Nameless One Tarot link. One of these
Jonathan asked, what was the name of this one? It's The Unfoldment of Consciousness. Here, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, maybe one day I'll actually do a live with someone where I will not purchase a deck from it. So, and of course, Jeffrey's on the other side of the my iPad chuckling. So,
and Amber just said that she loves this particular oracle too. She said she sat for multiple days with just one card because there's so much that you can unpack from this deck. It's really amazing. I love it.
Yeah, that's true. And Jenna said, I am going to mispronounce the first name, Zaya Hunt, also did the Children of Letha Tarot. So
I've seen that one. That one has a couple of different versions, doesn't it?
Is that true? I don't know.
I think it does. I could be wrong. Probably am. Yeah. I don't know. But I know I've seen the Children of Letha, and it's actually a really cool looking deck. It's just there's so many out there that it's hard to decide which ones I want to put on my purchase list.
Yeah. Well, putting them on your purchase list is just putting them on your purchase list. You don't have to buy them. It's nice to do that. So.
Oh, no, I got OCD, Gerald. If it goes on my purchase list, I'm buying it at some point in time.
Okay.
So I got to be real careful about what I put on that list, because if it goes on that list, it's going to end up in my hands at some point.
Yeah. Jenna said, not sure. She has the Kickstarter, and Jonathan has the Children of, I say Letha, and Patrice loves the Children of Letha or Letha. So
it's a deck that a lot of people like. I might end up having to get it.
I do not have it, and to be honest with you, I have not done a look at it. So I know it's shocking. So, okay. So She Walks in Beauty said, I have a deck addiction.
Most of us do.
Or she's like, who doesn't? So.
Yeah, most of us do.
Yeah. So, so something that I have had my eye on, and I recently found it, and I'm thrilled to have it, is the Out of Print Vampire Tarot by Robert M. Place.
I bet that one ran you a pretty penny.
No, it did not. I got a very good price on it. I was one of 2 people bidding on it, and I only increased my bid by $5, and I got it.
Nice.
So, and I'm pleased with it. And so, this is the back. And these are the images. They're a thick card stock, and in fact, I got this. It was still sealed in plastic. So Jamie wants me to put this away. So here, look. Jonathan is the fool. Ooh, look. Guess who the magician is? Oh, look. Guess who, there you go. So anyhow, here's the devil. I like the Robert in Place books, or his decks. I like his style.
I actually bought a few Robert M. Place decks, but his newer cards, the gilding and how thick they are, they're hard to shuffle, hard to use. So since you showed a Robert M. Place deck, I actually got this one from Robin. This is the 4th edition of the Alchemical.
That's yeah.
Yep. And I got the 4th edition from Robin because the 5th edition was really hard for me to use. This one I can actually shuffle. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Look, Jamie. Look away. Okay. So that one can shuffle better for you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The cards, without that gilding on the side of them, they don't like dig into my hands as much. They're a little bit easier to shuffle. I think that super metallic gilding makes the cards a little less malleable.
Yeah.
So I kind of prefer his older card stock. I know Justin loves the newer card stock, but I kind of prefer the older card stock because it's a little easier for me to work with. But I love his artwork, just as an artist.
Yeah.
His decks are amazing.
Oh, so, like the art in the Vampire Tarot, right, Jamie? The art? It's like, anyhow. This has really sharp corners.
I noticed that.
And I was chatting with Sandra, the Whispering Well, and she found hers for a really good price. I was thinking about actually corner rounding these, but it's an out of print deck, and I've got to figure out. I'm probably not going to sell it, so bring it. Oh, look, and Jonathan said Robert is my aunt's friend and tarot reader teacher.
Oh, that's nice.
Cool. Yeah. So,
Robin said he would use his corner rounder on that deck.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but anyhow, so yes, this was a recent and I was thrilled to find this. So
I bet
Regina would be doing that too. So anyhow, square edges are part of the aesthetic. I agree, Amber. So
I agree, but only in Marseille decks.
Okay, so you're a purist that way?
Yeah. Speaking of which, my favorite Marseille deck. This is the Jean Dodali from Tarot Sheet Revival, Sullivan and Hissman's work. This is probably my favorite. Not probably. This is my favorite Dodal deck I have purchased so far. I think Cartogram would be the only other deck that I could get that would like really match this.
Yeah. Justin said the Buddha Tarot is coming back, the Robert in Place. And
nice.
Debbie Aquarius Owl is here. Hello, Debbie.
What's up, Debbie?
And Robin said square edges can draw blood, appropriate for the vampire deck.
Yes, that would be very appropriate.
Yes.
So this one, I love the colors in this deck. Sullivan Hissman's signature card, and then The only colors in a Dodal deck that I like more than the colors in this one would be Pablo Robledo's colors, because the colored palette that he uses is amazing.
Right.
But this would be my favorite, and of course with the square corners.
Right.
I really like this deck. This is one of the reasons why I really wanted to go get all my cards out of storage, man, because I wanted to work with this one again.
Ah, that's cool. That's wonderful. And so what's the name of that again?
It's the Jean Dodali.
Okay.
And this one is the one that you would get from Tarot Sheet Revival.
Ah, okay. Cool.
And I love it because it's like wrapped in the paper and there's no box to it. So there's the paper, which the craftsmanship in it is amazing.
Debbie really likes that color palette.
And, it's a dope color palette.
Yeah. And I know Justin is looking forward to the Buddha Tarot as well as Patrice. So, and Regina said the color in the Dodal has such a huge impact on how I respond to the art. Yes. And Robin, Pablo's Marseille is my favorite. Perfect Marseille deck. I agree with you, Alex, on the colors.
So, I got that one right here. I love this deck too. His colors are amazing. I love his color palette. So eventually I'm going to have to get the Cartogram deck that he did, the Dodal deck from Cartogram, that handmade one where Agnes takes his artwork and then hand makes a deck. I need one of those bad. I just got to save up the $500 to buy one.
Yeah. And that's something when you have to save up for it, it's all that more special. And I hope it's the decks like that are meant to be used, Alex. They're meant to be put into your hands. It's like I was having a conversation with somebody a while ago whose wife knit him a sweater vest, and he was like, I don't want to wear it because it's so pretty. And I'm like going, if you were to wear the sweater vest that your wife knit you a lot and took care of it properly and it wore out, she would be happy to knit you another one because you have enjoyed it so much.
Right. So. Or even just fix the one that worn out because she's the one that knitted it in the first place and she has the ability to go back in and fix it.
Yep. Yeah. We have a question for you. I have a weird question. When Alex moved from Vegas to Florida, did he store his decks? And if so, which decks did he deem necessary and put in his backpack or suitcase rather than the box?
Okay, so
it's a great question.
This box right here probably weighs close to 100 pounds. It's got like 95 decks in it.
Okay.
I took all of my favorite decks that I was working with at that time and put them in my take with me. So like my Unfoldment of Consciousness, my Pulp deck, the Marseille Wait. I really like this deck too. And then anything that I had recently acquired that didn't get packed away in this box also came with me. Right. But I didn't really put too much thought in it. I was like, oh, well, I'm using this one right now. I'm using this one right now. I'll take these with me. And this was the one that the Marseille Wait was the one that ended up staying on me through the whole trip. Everything else kind of got packed away.
Yeah. Wow. I guess Mindy made Robin do the Robledo.
Justin made me do that one. And I actually got this one, which is the Rolicon or whatever, however you say that. This is the one from Pablo and Tarot Tavo. This is probably my favorite colors in any tarot deck ever. Is this one specifically. these colors, this card stock, everything about this deck is perfect. It looks watercolored. The palette is amazing. The card stock, I can't really describe it. It's unlike any other card stock I've ever felt.
Cool.
And it's literally perfect in your hands. I really like this deck. And I actually got this one from Justin. He did that little giveaway. And, you know, he assigned everybody that had entered a card in the majors. And while he was shuffling, my card flew out of the deck. He picked it up and was like, well, that's where it's going. And I couldn't be more grateful for it because literally it's my favorite card stock that I've ever felt.
Cool.
My favorite color palette in any deck that I own. And I have a real big thing for any kind of type 1 Marseille. So,
yeah. Neem said, I only have 3 decks on my current wish list. My issue are the impulse purchases that pop up on my radar, and I skip the wish list because I purchase immediately. I've never done anything like that, Neem, at all, ever. So
why are you lying?
I've never done that. Don't, and you know, Jamie, don't type in there that I just did it when I was chatting with her the other day. So, you know, it's just like, you know, it is what it is. So Regina does the same thing. So
Justin said that this Rolashon deck is a transdermal graphic card with a matte finish. Okay, good to know. You should do a deck like this, Justin, if you ever get the opportunity to do so. I'd buy that from you in a heartbeat, bro.
Bye, Orsi. Well, and Justin was on Little Zen Crone on Saturday for a lovely chat about the making decks and such. And so you know, he will let us know when things are available to be purchased. So
that's all I'm waiting on.
Yep. So you know, stop harassing him. Neem, Jonathan, Gerald, who is harassing him, but no, you know, so it's all good. And Justin says he likes the newer version with purple. So
for the Rolashon?
Oh. Yeah. Jamie is like, ha 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 ha. I love you, Justin. Yeah. And Neem is like, oh, okay. So but yeah, actually there was I was chatting with Jamie, and I'm like going, Jamie and Jen and I should do a video to see who can make somebody else in the room buy a deck faster, or who can make them snort the other one snort the fastest. Would you all watch that? You know, like and subscribe if you would like that. You know,
I'd watch that. You, Jamie, and Jen, when y'all put y'all 3 together, that's a riot right there. I love them videos. Y'all be having me dying.
Yeah.
Right back, I gotta grab my charging cord.
Yeah, and we are going to do some more. So, and oh, Amber the Page, my goodness, yes, I would watch that. Well, of course, it's like perfect. Oh, Patrice has got the name for it. Hashtag snorting and buying. That just has so many wrong implications there, Patrice. So,
sounds like a bad 80s movie.
Oh, it does. No, it sounds like a bad after-school special. Jonathan would watch that. Jenna would watch it. Oh, the gauntlet has been thrown as far as I've heard. So, you know, it's like, well, you know, okay. So, Jamie snorted. And Patrice loves Jamie's snorts. So, it's all good. And Zane would probably end up being involved with this too. He would probably be in the chat linking a whole bunch of stuff.
Right? Dropping all the links, trying to see if he can make one of y'all buy something quicker than the people in the video itself.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a tarot comedic tour. Yeah. Snorting and buying. Yes, it had like a bad Coke after school special. I mean, do they still do they make after school specials anymore?
I don't think so.
Okay. But anyhow. So you got something else to oh, wait a minute. Patrice said, I know, I lived through the 70s and 80s and lived to tell about it. Now snorting only refers to snort laughing. Thank you, Patrice. Thank you, Patrice. So you want to whip something else out and show us?
Couple of other things that I got recently. This is one of them.
Ooh.
This is a fire quartz skull. It's really well carved. It's about a 4-inch. Anybody that's watched my channel for any short amount of time knows that I love crystal skulls. I have a full-on box full of them. This thing is gorgeous, though. I love the colors in it. Really well carved. It's gonna be sitting on my table for a while. And then other than that, the only other couple of stones that I've recently gotten in, they're kind of small, but they're moldavite.
Oh, nice.
And I can't really get it to show up on camera. See if I can get it to focus. Probably not. But these two particular pieces of moldavite are very clear. Like, you hold them up and there's like full transparency in them.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Just really nice pieces. Jonathan, no, it is not a skullless skull. It is from a local crystal shop out in Vegas. Like one of my favorite places to go in physically to go buy stuff in Vegas as far as like crystal shops are concerned. But I've gotten 2 of these size skulls from them, this one and then my solid crystal, just a quartz crystal skull that I got from them too. Got them both on a really good deal, surprisingly, because I used to walk in there and they knew me by name. And
yeah. Jamie said it has a good smile versus the ick smile.
Right. I really pay attention to how the mouth and the teeth are carved on skulls a lot of the time. I really want to get one of them super big, like life-size ones with a detachable jaw.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they have some that are like carved as if they were a human skull, where the jaw literally comes undone from it, and they're super detailed. And yeah.
Jonathan has a moldavite ring he's been wearing for 18 plus years. So that's
moldavite's a really powerful stone. And then I have a few like Herkimer diamonds to go with it. This is a Pakistan Herkimer diamond. And then I have in my crystal box that I still need to unpack a bunch of like smaller pieces of Herkimer diamond that I put on a crystal grid that I normally keep where I read my cards.
Yeah. Everybody likes that skull. That's a real beauty. So I don't have anything to show you next, but I do have, I have lots of things to show you, but one thing that I believe I purchased because of you or pre-ordered it, is the Arcane Bullshit Oracle. It's being shipped, so this is a good thing.
I'll show it for you.
So thank you. And I'm looking forward to it, because it was one of those things. I'm looking at it and I'm like, really, what the hell am I going to do with an Arcane Bullshit Oracle deck? And I'm looking at the images and I'm like, oh yeah, I know what I'm going to be doing with the Arcane Bullshit Tarot or Oracle deck. I'm going to be using it.
Yeah. So it's 107 cards.
I'm going to embiggen you.
Okay. There's like 5 different death cards. This one is the Horse Death. You're so fucking fucked. Language warning. Shitty acoustic guitar guy. This one just says you're fucked.
Yeah.
A parasitic fruit. Chaos Chaos Mom. This one's Aunt Brenda.
Jenna is leaving to go to the beach. Bye, Jenna. Put on some sunscreen this time.
It's one of my favorite cards. Make up your goddamn mind.
Oh, yeah.
This fucking guy.
Jamie, Justin wants to know if you have that. Zane wants to know if you have the Arcane Bullshit Oracle.
The beefcake.
Yeah. They're just funny.
Well, my favorite part of this deck is the book. Because the way that it's written, like just the first paragraph right here reads, Arcane Bullshit is the problem to all of your solutions. It's like a book that someone did a really shit job of binding, and it's all about you. Your glorious triumphs, tragic losses, mediocre sandwiches, all will be foretold. You don't have to learn a fucking thing because bullshit is and always has been inside of you. Fuck the divination industrial complex and their rules. Be free, make shit up. Who cares?
Yeah.
And the whole book is written like that.
Yeah. Could you show the box, please?
I actually don't have the box out right now. I keep it in the bag.
Okay.
So I bought the bag to go with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's like a cool velvet, like velour bag, but then it's got like that sort of satin lining.
Uh-huh.
And that's what I keep it in. And then here's the backs, though.
Yeah, they're nice backs.
But yeah, I don't have the box anymore. This is one of those decks that I knew I was never going to get rid of. And I think I threw the box away.
Okay. How can you throw a box away? Then it's incomplete.
Because I got the bag.
Okay. Everybody's entitled to their wrong opinion. You know.
All right, so you said you had some questions or some stuff that you were going to throw at me for a surprise, huh?
Well, yeah, tell us about the angel story.
Okay.
And I'm going to embiggen you for this.
Driving here from Vegas was 2,300 miles. Well, 2,307 to be exact. Okay. But as we're crossing over the Mississippi River, on I-20, we pulled off in a little town called Vicksburg, Mississippi. And I got gas at the Shell there. And then we stopped off to get some food from the Whataburger that was next door. We hit the road again. About 20 minutes into driving away from this gas station, my truck starts sputtering. Now, this is the truck that was my uncle's before he passed. I rebuilt this thing from pretty much the ground up, essentially. It wasn't running when I got it from his house, and I got it back running again. I put a lot of work into this truck to get it back up and running. So you would imagine how disheartened I was when about 30 minutes after leaving this particular gas station, every time I slowed down, my truck would sputter. Like, no engine lights are coming on, none of that stuff. There's nothing mechanically wrong with my truck, but yet I can't get it out of first gear. I was tripping.
Oh, no.
And like literally it would idle good, but as soon as I put it in gear and went to go pull off, it would just sputter like real hard, and I was having to mash the gas to get the speed up. Come to find out, I got bad gas.
Oh, okay.
Which was mostly water. So at this point, I'm thinking my tank is fucked, right?
Yeah.
We end up off of the 13 in Mississippi at some defunct truck stop. And I go and I ask one of the dudes that's working on one of the trucks over there, what they think it could be, if they're, mechanically inclined, if they could help me out. And if not, can you tow me to the nearest truck stop?
Right.
Well, dude was trying to find somebody that could help tow me, and I called one of the local dudes out there, and he tried to charge me $100 for the tow. And then the guy that I was talking to was like, "Hold on, give me a second." He called one of his friends and was like, "Hey, I got a guy here. He's got bad gas. He can't get the truck moving. He needs a tow up to the Loves," which was like 12 miles up the road on the 49 going through Mississippi.
Uh-huh.
And the town that we were in was called McGee, Mississippi. So dude was like, "Yeah, I'll tow him up there." I got him for $50. So he charged me half of what the other guy was going to charge me to get my truck towed up to the Loves. So those are the first two angels there. The guys that got me from the defunct truck stop up to the actual truck stop at the Loves. Now, when I got there, this is where the night took a turn for the better, really, even though it was a lot of work. So we get there, we get towed in, they drop me off, they walk me through the gas station and show me the little additive that I can use for the gas tank to pull some of the water out. And also, when it goes through my injectors, it'll help burn some of the water out of my fuel system as far as the lines and the injectors and the engine itself. Because that's what was making me sputter. Every time the water got to my injectors, it would make my engines basically sputter to a stop.
Right.
So while I'm there, I was talking to one of the guys that works at the Loves, and I was explaining to him what was going on, and I was asking him, how can we get my tank empty without dropping it? Right. I did not want to have to drop my tank. I've done that once when I replaced my fuel system. I know how much work that is. I didn't want to have to do it again. Well, he took my cousin and me in the store, and he showed us this like hand pump siphon setup. And so I got this little hand pump siphon. We ran the hose into my gas tank, and we got the first 5 gallons pumped out, which was mostly water. We disposed of it where he told us to. We went to go pull the hose out of my tank, and it was stuck because my dumbass forgot that when I replaced the fuel tank, I got a fuel tank that had an anti-siphon valve on the tank itself.
No.
So when the hose went in, it allowed me to pull out the first 5 gallons of gas, but then I couldn't pull the hose back out without ruining my gas tank, literally.
Oh, no.
So I went and I told, the dude that pointed me in the direction of the siphon and all that, and I let him know what was happening. He was like, "Bro, this is like 9:00 at night." And he was like, "Bro, I get off in 30 minutes. I already know where you're at in the parking lot. I'm going to be there when I get off." So dude got off work at 9:30 p.m. I've already got my truck jacked up, and we're trying to do what we can. And he ended up putting a new jack under my truck, lifting the whole back end of my truck off the ground high enough for me, my cousin, and him to all be under the truck at the same time, because it took all 3 of us to drop my tank, which I was trying to avoid. But this man stayed in that parking lot with us from 9:30 p.m. to about 3:00 in the morning to drop my tank, run my engine, and burn the water out of my fuel system.
Wow.
Didn't ask for a dime. He did it entirely out of the kindness of his own heart. And he started his next shift the very next day at 7:30 a.m. So he ended up pulling into the parking lot about 15 minutes late because he didn't get home until 3 hours before his shift had to start or whatever. Uh-huh. But when he pulled in, the very first thing he did was check on me before he even went to work.
Oh, wow.
I've never met anybody in my life that willingly went out of their way to spend that much time, basically a full work shift, damn near. He spent like 6 hours in that parking lot with me and my cousin to drop that tank, get it emptied, take it apart, get the siphon hose out of there, put it back together, put it back up, and then fill it with premium, put the additive in there, and get the water out of my fuel system. The very next day, I basically slept in the truck. I left it running all night for the additive to do its job in the engine and stuff. And as soon as he pulled in, the first thing he did was check on me, make sure I was good. He had me drive it around the parking lot a few times for him so that he could see if there was any sputters. I asked him about replacing the plugs and wires because the gas goes past the plugs and wires, and with that much water in it, and with the plugs and wires being an electrical system, I'm thinking at this point I need to replace my plugs and wires. And he listened to the truck for a while. He was like, bro, you have no misfires whatsoever in that truck. You don't need to replace your plugs and wires. You are good to go. We got back on the road and I got to Florida with absolutely no issues because of that man's help.
Wow.
Angels exist. I'm not even a religious person at all in the slightest. I don't follow any kind of religion at all, but angels exist and you don't have to be religious to believe so. And I learned that day.
Yep. Hashtag angels exist. You heard it here first, people. You know, boom. So, yeah, there were lots of people who were, you know, guardian angel, obviously there for you and a good person. So it's refreshing to know that people like that are still around. So
right. And he kind of has like the same philosophy of life that I do. Like, you're supposed to just love people for no reason, right?
Yep.
Do for other people what you would want someone else to do for you. And my auntie ended up paying him $100 just for him helping us out. And because he didn't ask for nothing. He's like, bro, you don't owe me nothing. I got you. This is, you know, I just want to make sure that you're right and you're back on the road because you needed help. What's up, Kristen? Glad you could make it. But he literally did it out of the beauty of his own heart.
Yep.
That's it.
Faith and humanity restored.
Yep. And that literally restored my faith in humanity. Because in Vegas, if that would have happened to me in Vegas and I was at a Love's truck stop in Vegas, I'd have been shit out of luck. Nobody would have helped me.
Yeah. But see, this is that is probably what you needed in order to let all of Vegas go.
Yep.
So that
that's when my demeanor really started to shift on the trip. You're one of my angels, Jamie.
Boom. You know, and Neem is like, we hear and have so many stories about assholes. It's nice to hear that there are good people still around and will do things from the heart. I agree. I think it's important for us to share those stories, but also be that person that others can tell stories about. Yeah. So yes.
Really, the only thing he wanted from me was to give someone else the same energy, right?
Yep.
And that's what I'm here for, bro. I'm here to love people for no reason and talk shit. That's it.
Yep.
You need help, I got you. As long as it's within my capability, I'm there.
Yep.
Just be a good person and pass that shit along. That's all I require of other people. Don't take nobody's shit without asking. Don't hurt nobody intentionally. Stay the fuck away from the kids and just be a good person. And I'm going to love you for it. That's it.
You got it. Yeah. I mean, and we oftentimes never know the impact that we have on other people. I mean, that's a real extreme case where somebody took the time and a lot of time to do it. So that's
right after he finished a work shift on top of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Pay it forward. Pay it forward.
Yep.
Pay it forward. Be a good human.
That's all you got to do.
The aloha spirit. You know, it's like, yeah. So, and love people for no reason. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. The butterfly effect. Because the butterfly effect could be a positive influence and not just a negative.
Chaotic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it. Sometimes a little chaos is a good thing.
Well, I was just going to say chaos doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. You can cause chaos and have a bunch of good things happen for a bunch of good people. You know what I mean? Chaos doesn't always necessarily mean negativity. So the butterfly effect they're exactly right. I had, before the trip, before I left Vegas, I had already been doing my best to do exactly that. Love people for no reason,
Yeah.
and just be a good human.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my return on that.
You did. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got my return on that, and then he told me just go ahead and pay it forward.
Robin
And I
said,
thought the same thing, Robin. I thought the same thing. And then I did a little bit of digging, and I actually talked to a lawyer, and he was like, you can't, there's nothing really that you can do about that, because no matter what, there's no real way for me to prove that they gave me bad gas intentionally, because when the tanks get low, the condensation inside the gas tank itself will create water in the gas. And if they haven't treated that yet, or didn't realize that the tank was low enough to need to be treated, boom, bad gas, and it's not on them.
yeah. Yeah. Kristen Louise says, yeah, we are clueless sometimes. One time I called an old friend to reconnect. He said he was so touched by it. I was meant to call him because he was considering taking his life that day. And it's just like, yeah. And sometimes we need chaos to reorder.
Yep.
And it is one of those things that it's like the devil card, or no, the tower card in the tarot. Yes, it is. It creates a lot of chaos.
That was a tower moment.
Yeah.
For me, getting bad gas and sputtering and not being able to get out of first gear or get over a certain amount of mileage without my car feeling like it's going to die. And I poured my soul into this truck to rebuild it, because my uncle was the only owner. He's basically the man that raised me. It's the truck I learned how to drive in. There's so much sentimental attachment to this truck. It's insane. That was my tower moment, right? Like everything is crushing, everything is falling down in front of me, and I'm in the driver's seat with my dog in the passenger seat, and I'm like in tears because I can't get over 30 miles an hour in this truck, and it's sputtering, and I didn't know what to do. And before you know it, just angels started popping up, got me taken care of, got me back on the road, and I made it here the rest of the way in one piece with no more issues. My truck, I just started it earlier today so I could ride it around real quick. It's still running absolutely perfectly.
Yeah.
No issues, no problems whatsoever. Like I said, the move out here to Vegas, or from Vegas to Florida, saved my life. And I know that, because I probably couldn't have stayed in Vegas for too much longer before I either took a very bad slide in my depression or wound up back in the streets doing the things that I was doing in my 20s that I shouldn't be doing no more when I'm almost 40.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't be doing that. Robin said, you guys are keeping me from the grocery, but who needs food when you have food for thought?
Man.
Everybody
needs food, Robin.
Yeah. And Neem asked, Alex, was this at the time when the gas companies on the East Coast got hacked?
Yeah, I think so. But we were in Mississippi, so I don't think I was far enough along the pipeline, so to speak, in order for that to have been part of the problem. I genuinely think all that it was the tank was low. It was condensation in the actual tank where they stored the gas for the gas station, and I caught a unlucky break, and the universe had to test me real quick and see how I was going to react, how I was going to respond, and what I was going to do to get it fixed. And I apparently did what I was supposed to do, because they gave me the angel that I needed to get me back on the road. Apazia Rising says, wow, is your uncle still alive? No. Actually, my uncle passed January 9th of 2019 at 10:39 a.m. And that is part of the reason why there's so much sentimental attachment to that truck. His passing was part of the reason that I slid into depression. His wife actually passed 11 months prior to him. They were the ones that raised me. So that whole thing spiraled me into this very deep depression that I was really fighting very hard. And it's one of the reasons why I stopped making videos at first. And anybody that's watched my channel for long enough can probably see it in my last couple of videos, where I was just not doing well, and everything was catching up to me, and everything was weighing on me. And that's when I was really like, I need out of Vegas now, because if I don't get out of here soon, I don't know what's going to happen. And now I'm here, and I haven't been this happy in years. I haven't smiled this much in ages. I am totally in love with where I'm at in life now, and everything seems to have fallen into place for me. So,
yeah. And this feeling is addictive, isn't it?
yes.
It's really addictive, and you're going to keep doing things. What can I do to keep having this feeling? So V is joining. Hi, V. And
I've just been writing it. I'm not fighting it.
Yeah.
It was actually intimidating at first, because I had been unhappy for so long that I didn't know what actual happiness felt like. And when it finally hit me, I didn't know what to do. I was actually kind of lost. And I can't even put it into words, bro, how it feels to finally be happy again.
Yeah. Oh, and don't try to put it into words. You know, you don't have to. Just feel it. You know, you could put it into tarot cards that you're creating. And for, you know, and Mindy is like, is anyone stuck on the fact that Alex says he's almost 40? I thought you were like 24, maybe
36 years old.
There you go. So, and well, there you are. Do you think that his hand in this? Yeah.
Oh yeah. My uncle, my auntie, my granny, the ancestors.
Yeah.
It's not just them. It was everything. I mean, I definitely think that my uncle on the other side played a very big role in that, to get everything back right and get me out of the situation that I found myself in. But I've been trying really hard for a very long time to just be a good person, and to just let the universe do with me what it will, because for the longest time, I didn't know what the fuck I was here for. And one day the universe told me, all you're here to do is just love people for no reason. Just love people for no reason, and do your shit in the meantime. Live out the human experience and don't hurt nobody. Be a good person. And that's all you need to do. And that's all I've been doing. And the universe has been blessing me for that.
Yep. I believe it is also part of that chaos idea, is you put energy toward what you want. And when you do put energy towards something genuinely, the universe gives you more of it, because it knows that you know what to do with it.
Yep.
Don't just keep it. You gotta share it. So.
Yep. And that's one of the biggest things that I've been learning, is to share my happiness, right? Since I've been here, I've been trying to share that as much as possible. To smile at as many people as possible. Every time I leave the house, I'm in one of these shirts. And I've had it wasn't until I got to Florida that somebody actually took me up on the offer. There's a beach restaurant like 5 miles down the road here, sits right on the water. And right when I walked up, the first time I ever walked up to this restaurant, somebody looked at my shirt and was like, dude, and put his arms out, like big hug, yo, like a good hug. And I almost popped his back and everything. And he walked off like, that was a good hug. And I was like, yeah, I got a good product, bro.
Yeah, there you go. Neem is heading out. So she got to go do something. So probably cook for her children. You know,
probably.
You know, and she's probably going to cook tacos. Tacos where you need to turn your head to them. So yeah. The bottom of the well isn't a place you want to live, but it has a strange comfort in its numbness. Coming back up, you see the flickering lights in Friends. Eventually, you come back up and
see the sun.
And see the sun. You got it. Yeah. So.
And now I'm just sitting here standing in the light of that sun, man, enjoying life for the first time in years. So I'm in a really good spot. I originally didn't know if I was going to come back to making videos or none of that, but I am in a really good place right now.
Good.
And I finally feel like I have something to share.
Beautiful. Well, gosh, everybody, we have been chatting, and this has gone so quickly, Alex. An hour and 34 minutes. And this has been a casual with Genius Tarot and Bazaar, where we learned that angels exist, and soon there will be snorting and buying as a hashtag, right? Well, everybody, thanks to Alex for joining me and taking time. I mean, I could probably chat for another hour with you, but maybe I'll show up on your channel. Listen to me. Let me invite myself to your channel. You know,
I'm already trying to put together a list of people that want to come on and spend some time with me and chat it up over there.
Sure.
I think at some point in time, Brant will pop up on the channel with me.
Awesome.
So if you want to get added to the list, man, let me know and I'll put you down and I'll see what we can't do.
Add me to the list. Is that
You got
clear?
it.
You need me to, you know,
I don't need nothing else.
Okay,
I don't need
Jamie's
nothing
like,
else. You on the list?
no, it can't end. So she's not ready.
I actually think I kind of have to go at this point. My dog is like scratching at his crate and he is over here whining in the background.
Okay.
You are added to the list, man.
Okay. And so, all right, everybody. You know, soon there will be an angel appearing in a neighborhood near you. Boom.
All you got to do is open your eyes and look. They're there. I promise.
Yep. So, all right, everybody. Take care. Thank you very much for joining us. Next week,
Love y'all.
back at 2:00 on Monday, where I am I'm gonna unpack some bags that I have. So I'm gonna do this in Deanne style, Blue Crescent Tarot, where I've got bags of stuff, and I'm gonna open them in front of you all. So
there you go.
Free the dog, everybody. So
yeah, that's what I'm gonna go do now.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Love y'all.
Oh, there we go.